Patience, being a smart player, he did adapt well to what he saw, and that's what distinguishes good players from great players, is how you adapt to adverse situations that you haven't seen before. And Patience there doing a really nice job taking that game. He is still in this series, but our next map, Arena. And
this is a map that we could also have some very weird strats on, man. I mean, expect anything. Arena is probably our weirdest map, that along with Prion. So let's see if we're going to have a standard game or something a little bit different as we go into game number 4, Patience against Classic. In the bottom left, brilliantly pulling it out in game number 1. His ID is Patience. In the upper left, in the blue, a GSL Code S champion. He is Classic.
We see on the minimap here, really peculiar second pylon placement there at that narrow choke point that we always rave about when we watch this game. But talking about Arena, it's such a unique map, but also when we talk about Arena, we watch it a lot in Pro League, obviously,
right?
And we don't really see it in GSL. But I think this is the first PvP I've seen on this map, so it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out because, yeah, it's a crazy map as we always mention.
Yeah, I was about to say, this looks like it's going to be some kind of proxy. He locks out that small path, which makes it a lot tougher to get all the way around the map. And this allows Patience to pressure and punish as he sees fit. Patience probably very grateful he got to this game, game 4, so he can at least try some of these other strategies he's prepared. We see Classic's probe taking the long run. Now, let's not forget, Classic can also proxy here. That's completely acceptable.
Yeah, so Classic just going for that Stargate tech. No surprises there with the really short air distances between these two bases. As looks like the proxy choice of Patience is just, seems like it's just got a pylon there for now. We're just got to see how that pans out for him later as we go on later in this game.
Okay, he's going to actually hide a pylon, or at least hide a probe, it looks like in here. And this is pretty sneaky, man. He didn't even have to go in that far, but he actually is going to go right down there. And it's going to be a Robo-Bay proxied here.
Yeah, so after that Robo-Bay, we're just got to see whether he gets a Warp Prism, maybe he gets...
I think you pump Immortals.
Yeah,
I think this is like an Immortal Stalker pressure.
Yeah, we see the Mothership core here, scouting the main base of Classic. Let's see if he gets that Stargate. Yes, he scouts that Stargate, and really nice move there from Patience. And now it's just going to recall back.
Yep, recalls back. Oh, we saw an Oracle switch. Or maybe he was making an Oracle.
No, I think it was always building an Oracle.
Sorry, excuse me. All right, I second-guessed myself there. So, what we're going to see is Stalkers and Immortals being cranked out here and a pressure push here on the front of Classic's base. Now, I don't know how many times Classic's experienced this strategy in particular. Again, these cool new maps that we have here allow for some cool new strats.
Yeah, but this Oracle's going to scout that main base of Patience, and seeing these extra 2 gateways as well is going to be definitely suspicious, especially these players play the game so much they count the pylons.
Right.
And when they count the pylons, they can see, oh, there's an oddity there. Where's the extra pylon? And that kind of brings bells in their head that there's going to be something crazy going on.
Even the absence of the Nexus is pretty huge here. Kind of surprised by that Warp Prism, but I guess he can do that as well. I thought he might get another Immortal up there.
But there's no workers here. There's no units here to defend this Oracle. Forces the pylon overcharge.
Problem is he also forces Stalkers to warp in down there.
Yeah, he should be using those Stalkers to supplement this push that's about to come from Patience.
Okay, hold on. I think... I'm not sure how this strat works exactly. All right, I guess he just chews his way through his own pylon. He's already overmade pylon, so he can make sure he's not supply blocked. We have 2 Oracles moving around here. We have a lot of Stalkers warping in. And these Oracles are not even in position.
But I don't think the Oracles are actually useful against this army composition that Patience is bringing out. And now, nicely placed pylons there from Classic.
Oh, good
pylon overcharge.
Good pickup.
Yeah, this War Prism is essential for this push because it needs to pick up those Immortals and do the damage on the Stalkers of Classic.
Yeah, he's just going to try to micro this as well as he possibly
nice
can.
There.
Oh, wow, didn't block it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
he's going to go for the pylon over here.
Really
but
nice.
That's actually okay because he's not using the Robo Bay anymore.
Yeah, but if he loses these two Immortals here, that's going to be huge for Patience. He's got to do as much damage as he can with this push right now. Is he going in?
All right, he's coming up now. It's all about microing that Immortal. And I think he's going to be able to get the third base here. He might try to go for the jugular and actually fly in here for the kill.
Yeah, but he's aware that there's a sentry there. He does not want to be force-fielded out of that ramp. But I think he should just snipe that Nexus and then reestablish what's going on, as he's a lot of Oracles doing damage, but the pylon overcharge in the main of Patience.
Oh, Adept's coming in here now.
Oh, nice pick up there with the War Prism, picking up that stray Stalker. As the Depth's actually
he's trying to pull him away from the ramp here.
See
and he's doing a lot of damage to these workers right now. It's actually Classic taking a pretty big beating. I think Patience might be able to win this game.
Yeah, if Patience plays his cards right, he can reposition his army, take out that robotics facility, and win this game. But these Oracles doing a bit of damage.
All right, he's coming up here to the front. The Immortal's still in good shape. He just got to micro these Stalkers perfectly and drop the weaker ones in the back there. And does he have enough? He needs another warp in here as well.
Ooh, I think he's just done enough damage here, even though he loses the most of his army. Look at the worker count.
2 workers.
2 workers. That is just...
Oh, no, he's okay. He just keeps pushing here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's going to lose the War Prism! No! No, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine, guys, but...
He's okay.
Oh.
Well, Patience should have this in the bag. I mean, this is... You have less probes than you started out the game with. Yeah, I mean, he just makes stuff, right? And
yeah, he just has to sit at his main base. He needs that 1 sentry to force field.
I think he does it right here. He gets a force field
over
on
this
this
force
area.
field here and he wins the game.
There he goes.
Yeah, picks apart the army. He's going to take out this Immortal. He's going to take out this sentry. And
wow, Patience really impressive
nice build, yeah.
I think Classic's probably really regretting that build in game number 3.
Yeah. Really well mapped out build there.
You know, he does not have the best control here. I will say that.
Yeah, but
I think he could have done more damage there, although Classic's setup was pretty good as well.
Well, okay, if there's any player in the world that could possibly win with this mini push here, it is Classic. I mean, look at the army counts right now, 22 to 17. There is that slight advantage for Patience, but you got to remember the army count does include that War Prism, so... we'll see how much damage this drop does here at the main of Classic.
Well, he wants to use the Immortal to gun down the... and I think he could actually stay right outside range here, right?
Yeah, we can see right now. And he's just going to do some QT micro here.
Yeah,
probably going to take this mothership core.
He could actually just, take out that... And he gets it. He gets it. He just stays right in that spot. The army has to go all the way back over here.
Yeah, and he just pops out and just zips away. And Patience is in a very comfortable position here. He's taking his expansion. He's a solid 15 or so workers ahead. And even though he's going to lose this proxy robotics, it doesn't really matter at this point.
You know, it's interesting. Patience just has to stay true to his name, and he should be okay to win this game. He has so many more workers and should have such a bigger army, as well as an expansion coming up here. Robotics facility of his own. Let's keep in mind that Classic was knocked down to like 2 workers for a little bit back there.
Yeah, as you see here, the... it actually forces the... pylon overcharge. I'm not sure if that was
freaked out there.
Yeah, he freaked out there. Definitely was not the right move there. He should have known that there was no way he was going to fly his War Prism straight into the Nexus. So quite a strange move there from... Well, he was panicking that there was units inside of that War Prism, but we'll just have to see how much damage this drop does from Patience.
Okay, he's coming up now. And,
another hallucinated War Prism there. And, he's got to be really careful here.
Oh, no! Taking damage, doesn't quite have enough stalkers.
That's the second time that War Prism has gotten away.
He just doesn't have enough damage on the ground to actually do anything. He might push out here with a blink. Now, there's another hallucinated War Prism over here. This is pretty smart.
And I think Patience, he's going to force a... pylon overcharge there, but I don't think it's not going to matter too much.
Patience needs to be careful here because he can win this. He just has to play this right. He just has to rebuild, push out, not lose the War Prism, and he's got this.
Yeah.
He has Blink, by the way, so he can actually blink on top of this army.
Yeah. or he can just sit at the bottom of that ramp and just try and keep delaying that Nexus as much as possible, because he's got his own Nexus up here at his main expansion, and he's gonna get to that point where he's just gonna have an inherent economic lead.
Well, that's right now.
He can just do this. He can just do this and just win.
That's what that inherent economic lead looks like. He's going to come over here. So many Immortals right now, and Stalkers. Actually, I guess just one Immortal here, and he's making that Immortal dance. GG, Patience wins game number 2. We're going to the final match, GTR.
Yeah, Patience doing a really good job, keeping himself composed. He probably just, he used that break when he was 2-0 down, recollected his thoughts, and Classic in that third game was quite questionable, but that fourth game from Patience was actually quite nice with that build.
Hey, that was a technical win, man. I really liked what I saw there. And you know what? Patience had the equanimity to keep it together and actually win in game number 3. So